Welcome to the Canceled Cast, the show where we try to get as canceled as possible. I'm your host for today, Moose, and today joining me we got Omari,
What's up?
Corn,
Yeah.
Jay,
Buenos dias.
the Spirit of Christmas, Rack.
What's up? What's up?
We got Lynn. We got Lynn.
Fuck.
Keep it moving.
And we got 30K. Also, guest starring with us today, we got DeMarco the Lawson.
Yo.
And with February starting, you realize that's barely 2020. 2019, though, was a big year with a lot of shit happening, including a lot of foul shit. But what a lot of people don't talk about 2019 was that it was the year of the movies. Wouldn't you guys agree?
No.
Not honestly, not.
I mean, the
I'm
White
just-
House came out last year. That
I'm
was
just
it.
saying, you had like how many heavy hitters? Let's see. Like,
Freaking Joker.
Yeah, Joker.
I,
Yeah.
I
Not
skipped
even-
Joker.
Like
Get out.
Joker.
The
Knives
Lighthouse.
Out. Wait, what do you mean get out? You mean Queen and Slim?
Get Out came out 2019.
Get Out came out.
it did not come out in 2019.
No, it does not.
When did Get Out come out?
No,
Get
it
out.
did. Get out.
Are you
didn't-
sure?
Hold up.
No, man, that's like 2018.
Hold up.
Like, there was a shit ton of like Oscar-winning movies in 2019.
My favorite
What was
one was
the-
Knives Out. Honestly, Knives Out was.
Oh,
like, the
yeah,
best
Knives
movie
Out
that
came
year,
out last
honestly.
Shit, that's
Get Out's
my bad.
2017.
My bad. It was
Yeah.
2019.
No, I think he's
You're
thinking of
thinking
the other
Us.
one. Us. He thinking of
yeah,
us.
yeah,
Oh, he's
yeah.
talking about the other one,
I'm
Us.
thinking Us. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
But
bad.
like,
Wait, Us was
you know,
cool. Yeah.
Us came out
Well,
2018, didn't it?
the one thing,
Oh,
No,
weird.
20,
The same
2019.
dude made it, the Michael
Yeah,
Keaton.
19.
Yeah,
The
the
one
same
thing-
dude like made it. Yeah.
the one thing
That's
I'd
dumb.
say-
I don't
the
like
one
it.
thing I'd say that 2019 had, or like at least as far as movies went, was single movies that weren't trying to expand into a universe or end a saga did way better than movies like Avengers Endgame, which were like big hitters, or like say Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Star Wars
Endgame
was,
came out. Wait, Endgame came out last year?
I
Yeah,
agree.
Endgame came,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Endgame came out last year.
I'm
That
not
was
even gonna
last
lie. I
year?
agree with that.
I ain't watching
That,
it.
that feel like so much longer.
I agree with it, but then they announced that Knives Out was having a sequel, but it's not
That's
like a
true.
full sequel. But it's still good.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be heat though. But like still,
Like,
it's gonna be fire.
but like, do you get the idea that I'm trying? Like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
like,
Like it's like a
Holly-
lot of like more individual dropping that aren't meant
Like,
to be like a
listen.
blockbuster kind of thing.
like you had like really indie not indie movies, but kind of like indie movies, like The Lighthouse and
Yeah.
Uncut Gems.
Mm-hmm.
Those two are like really heavy hitters, and the reason why they sold really well was they were really unique and different. Like you got one like Joker as like one of the best superhero movies because it's not a superhero movie, or you have Shazam because unlike everything else in the
Yeah,
DC
they come out
universe,
last year.
it's good. And
Yeah.
that's not
Next
restricted.
story is really good too. I'm not
2019.
gonna lie.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, with
Actually,
Shazam,
what all came out last year?
I understand that it was a pretty good movie. I don't know. It just didn't hit as hard for me.
Which
I don't know why. Shazam. Like, no doubt, it's a really good comic movie. I think it's one of the best DC movies.
I couldn't
I
watch
think
it.
it's really up
ain't
there with
got no
Joker.
good. They don't have any good live action.
No, I wouldn't say it's up there with
It's
Joker.
not a
Joker,
high standard.
Joker and Shazam are two different movies, and putting them in the same
You're
area
right.
to compete
Mhm.
because like Joker's more so a character study, as like the director says.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
Shazam,
I mean,
it's like Shazam's a
To
movie
be honest, yeah.
Shazam's a movie and like that
When
understands.
is Black Adam?
I'm
I know.
Black Adam. So the issue with like Black Adam is
Does he need the rock?
so Black Adam's gonna get his individual movie, but he's not gonna meet Shazam until like Shazam 3.
Really?
Yeah. So like
Oh, wow.
Why? Is he? That's like his main like. That's like his anti-villain thing. Not
Yeah,
anti-villain, like,
true.
Wait,
no,
was
I
it
think-
like he rules over what conduct?
yeah, something like that.
Conduct. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think it's gonna
Like,
focus
like I think
That was-
the main reason is
Yeah.
The Rock is like a busy movie star now for whatever fucking reason.
Well, I wouldn't call him a movie star because a lot of the movies he makes, like, they're not very good.
He's
Like,
kind
in
of doing
recent
his-
years.
Well,
he's
it's
doing
like
his,
this.
Will
I
Smith
feel like-
grind or Adam
Yeah,
Sandler
he-
grind, where he has like a lot of bad movies because
Mhm.
he,
Not at-
like, he doesn't say no to like the movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just
gotta
he
do
just
what
does a
he
movie.
gets.
I feel like he'll be a better actor if he wasn't in movies with Kevin Hart.
No, he he can act. If you guys watched any of the new Jumanji movies, he can act.
No, for me, Jack Black carries the Jumanji movies because
Oh
it's
yeah,
Jack Black.
Yeah,
Jack Black is an awesome actor, man.
He
he's
can do
awesome.
characters.
But what was I saying? So like Shazam, the reason why they're going with Shazam 3 for Black Adam was from like an outside behind the scenes perspective. It's The Rock's busy ass fucking schedule, but from a narrative point, they want to build up to Black Adam because like they want him to be like his kind of like end game kind of way.
So hold on. So like Black Adam's getting his own movie, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna try to do like a whole Thanos thing with him then?
Origin story, more origin story, right? Because
like they're trying to
they're probably gonna go over like the thing with his wife. You know how his wife died or whatever.
Yeah, is he trying to bring her back or whatever too?
Yeah.
Because like I think
it's gonna be a backstory.
Wait, if that's the case, then there's
I
no
thought he was trying to
villain.
get
Black
That's
Adam,
gonna
right?
be
I was
there.
trying to get power and trying to get revenge.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like a Joker style movie where like he starts off like as like a normal, okay kind of guy, and then slowly descends into the madness.
I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Joker. The Joker movie was separate. Is in a separate universe though. I feel like Black Adam is gonna be in the DC universe.
But like the way the Joker movie is set up is you can technically connect it to any of like any future Batman movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, because it's literally just Gotham.
Yeah,
like
because like
it's Gotham in the past. So you that's a cop out though. That's a cop. I feel like that's a cop out. You like.
Well, here's how I feel about this. Here's how.
Yeah.
But I don't
That's not
see
the
them
same.
continuing this Joker.
No,
No,
'cause
that's the thing. I don't see them continuing this Joker.
They got to make a whole new Batman movie because the way
He's not coming back,
right? It's
He's
like
not coming back.
they didn't really define him as being like the Joker that fights Batman.
Yeah.
He's also kind of like the one that starts it all. Because they even hint that like the Joker that Batman would fight in that universe wouldn't even be him. Because like he's
it wasn't.
I'm saying he be too old.
It was
Not
two
even
different
that.
Jokers. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's an unreliable narrator. So
Mhm.
that happened during the story, like the car getting hit and him being rescued by like the rioters and stuff. They don't even tell you that actually happened or not. Because remember, immediately after.
Yeah, because he already
hospital,
hallucinated
you
with
know
the
what I
girl
mean?
before.
The entire movie might be just set in the hospital actually, because like if you like one detail that someone just noticed is that every clock in the movie is set to 11 o'clock, including the one inside the asylum.
I didn't even know that.
That's wild.
Yeah, so like it could just be a giant big episode that he's having. Like that movie is high key really fucking deep.
It really is. I like the music.
Yeah, like the sound score is amazing for that.
It was too good, bro. And they really look like Gotham. The visuals, dog.
Well, New York.
I mean, all Gotham
In order to make it seem like Gotham, you just gotta make it dark. You gotta make it
Yeah,
dark
dark.
and gloomy.
Yeah.
Dark and gloomy.
Yeah, because all Gotham
That's
is just New York City.
No,
Honestly,
yeah.
like,
Gotham
it's
doesn't
honestly just-
Gotham doesn't have to be dark and gloomy, but it has to be gothic.
Yeah, that's
No,
how
bro,
like
bro.
Gothic architecture.
Name one comic or movie you seen Gotham in that wasn't dark and grimy, bro. Name one.
Smallville.
Anytime Superman jumps
Smallville, that's true.
Yeah, anything that has to do with Metropolis ship, like if it's like the true Gotham, it's always dark and grimy.
Yeah,
Even
like,
in
it
the
looks like
daytime,
if
it's kind.
like have you ever seen nighttime in Metropolis versus nighttime in Gotham? Gotham has like fucking pure red, blood red skies.
Yeah,
Wow.
Because Gotham's supposed to be like the worst cesspool of villainy ever in the entire
Yeah,
world.
it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be super polluted and shit, all industrial. Yeah, like
Bro, you would not catch me living in there, bro. You got me messed up. I'm just
imagine Gotham is like Chicago and Detroit merging together, and then like all like the hood.
No,
that's what
Chicago,
Gotham is.
Detroit,
Damn, bro.
and
It's
Florida, the whole state of Florida, bro.
It's like the size of New York City.
No, imagine Florida man if he was born in Chicago, Detroit. That's what Gotham is.
So the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all right. So
I skipped the Joker, to be honest. Like,
I mean,
all,
You didn't
all
watch
of
it,
last,
Julio?
okay, so for me, last year, I skipped every single superhero movie, Joker, and all the Endgame movies, even Spider-Man, and I focused more on movies like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
How was that?
Okay, that movie is pure genius. I kid you not.
Oh,
What is it called?
I didn't understand it.
Once
though.
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay, so do you guys want me to spoil it a bit? Because I have to spoil something if I have to
I mean, yeah, let's
explain it.
talk about it. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Let's go.
okay. So originally the movie is based on
Oh,
this
I know,
movie.
I know what Julio was talking about. That I wanted to watch that.
Okay,
It seemed good. I wanted to watch
Right.
it. Yeah.
so it's really good. I recommend it 100%. It's on Netflix, I think. So okay, so these two
Is it?
actors,
mhm.
yeah. So these two actors, like they're like made up, Brad Pitt and
Right.
Leonardo DiCaprio, but they have really good chemistry together. One's the stuntman, the other guy is like the actual actor.
Yeah.
And it's based during the time during the 80s where like a lot of hippies were around and stuff like that. And so it follows them until a certain point because like since Leonardo DiCaprio's character can't drive because he had a DUI, he has Brad Pitt's character driving him around as a chauffeur. One
Mhm.
day, one day they meet up with Roman Polanski and Sharon Tate, the two people that were murdered back in the day from the members of the Manson family. You guys remember Charlie Manson?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Charles Manson. Yeah.
so it's involved with Charles Manson. So one day,
Oh,
Cliff,
he
Brad
bumps.
Pitt's actor, character, he drives this girl to the Manson family farm, and he meets up with all the girls and all the guys who work for Charles Manson, and he already sees like something's up. But that was the one-time thing, he beats up a guy because he pops his tires and he makes him change his tires. Because Cliff as a character is a badass. Because no one messes with him. He killed his wife. So
Yo.
they do a time skip because Leonardo DiCaprio's character only does westerns. So he starts doing spaghetti westerns in Italy, and then he comes back, and then like this is where we finally get the idea of what happens. So this is the night of when Roman Polanski and his lover died because Charles Manson sent his people to go kill them in their house, and this is all based on actual facts. But instead, this movie takes a turn. Instead, they decide to go kill Brad Pitt's character and Leonardo DiCaprio's character. But the thing is, a few minutes before, Brad Pitt's character takes a cigarette that was laced in LSD and starts smoking it. And Leonardo DiCaprio's character is sitting in his pool, drunk. So you thinking, oh shoot, they're gonna die. So they break in, and the guy Tex, he used to be Manson's right hand man. He has a gun, and he's pointing at Brad Pitt's character. And Brad Pitt, he's high at his mind. You think, oh shoot, he's gonna die. Brad Pitt whistles, and his pit bull dog comes out and bites the guy in his balls. And that's where madness ensues because it's a movie by the really big director Guillermo del Toro, and he's known for his gore. So that's when all the gore starts happening. The guy he loses his crotch. Brad Pitt's character gets one of the girls and smacks her head against the wall and kills her instantly. And then he starts doing all this junk, and then the girl he starts killing all the people because he's a badass. And then he gets shot in the leg, but really badly, fatally, almost shot in the leg and shot on the side. So one of the girls that Brad Pitt beat up runs to the back and runs into the pool because she's trying to stab Leonardo DiCaprio, but Leonardo DiCaprio swims away, and we think, oh, she's gonna drown. Leonardo DiCaprio goes to his shed, busts out a flamethrower, and burns her alive in the pool.
Wait, what?
He busts out a
You lost me.
flamethrower and burns her alive because they show in the flashback that he got to keep a flamethrower from one of the movies he did about Nazis. So, the police come, they pick them up. And then right there at the door is Roman Polanski, who in the actual timeline should be dead right now. But in this movie, he's not. He meets up with Leonardo DiCaprio's character. He invites him over, and he meets Sharon Tate, who was pregnant at the time, and stuff like that. So, and that's when the title screen shows up, and it says, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And that's at that moment you realize, oh shit, it's Once Upon a Time. It's the what if moments. What if Charles Manson's people didn't kill that director and his wife? What if they survived?
Oh
And
shit.
that's what gets you thinking, because all this could have been avoided if this actually happened, because this is an alternate reality in which Charles Manson gets arrested early and his kids get killed.
Right.
Not where Roman Polanski and his wife get killed. So it starts making you thinking like, oh, that's why it's called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and that's why it all this is because they take shots from Roman Polanski and Brad Pitt's character. It starts making you think like, oh, okay, so this actually happened. This could have happened actually too, because it's the '80s, stuff were crazy. So it starts to make you think like, okay, well, what would have happened if they survived in real life? Would this have happened? Would this have happened? It
So
starts to
it's
actually
quite
make you think.
so it's quite literally a once upon a time story.
Yeah, it's this fairy tale. It's this fairy tale, and then like
But like, is he going to the movie? You really don't know what's going on. You're thinking like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You don't know what's going on though.
yeah,
And
you
that's
don't like when you first watch it, you think, oh, it's just a story of these two actors, in Hollywood during
right,
Charles Manson's time. You think, oh, they're probably gonna die. No,
right.
they changed a timeline, a historical timeline, because their existence. So that was a really strong movie, and like along with because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood it's for me, it's tied for one of my favorite movies of 2019. It's tied with Rocketman and John Wick 3, just because the story of Elton John's drug addiction, how he overcame it in a movie form is beautiful, and John Wick 3 is damn near the perfect movie. It's damn near the perfect action movie for me.
Yeah, Johnny Wick is high key fire.
Yeah.
I finally actually wanted to watch 3, and I'm like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
I'm here for this. I'm here for this.
That ending, bro. That ending.
I know y'all gonna rip into me,
The
but I
only
said
thing I don't like about the John Wick series is it started off as like this big indie film kind of thing.
Yeah, now it's like too long.
Now they're like kind of milking the shit out of it.
Okay.
No,
well,
John
it's not like Fast and Furious though.
Oh yeah.
Furious.
That's serious.
They're going up to
What's John Wick to get like 4 and 5?
No, Fast 9 got announced yesterday, and John Cena is Dominic's brother.
Wait, what?
What?
They just making shit up now.
Huh?
Dom has a kid named Brian, and John Cena is his brother. John Cena is Dominic's brother.
His older brother, his younger brother,
his younger
brother. Wow.
His younger
They just
brother
making
is
shit
like
up now.
His
I don't
younger
like
brother
this.
is the greatest thief in the world.
Look, to be honest, low key,
Wait,
I'm gonna watch it.
whoa, what?
Yeah, because his younger brother's like the greatest thief in the world and like this big
Greatest
martial artist
assassin, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like
I'm not watching that bullshit.
and his
Okay,
entire his entire
to be
motivation
honest-
is because of Dom.
To be honest, I'm gonna give it a go, just because they're bringing back all the old characters for one last ride.
Right, Han's back.
Hey, they making shit up now, bro.
Hans
They
is
making
back.
shit up now.
Hans. Okay, so what's cool is y'all remember Tokyo Drift? Y'all remember Hans's car? Hans comes back and he's
Yeah.
driving that exact same car, like as if they're retconning that he died.
The
in that crash.
RX-7.
Or he
Yeah, the
faked his
RX.
I
death.
stopped at Fast and Furious.
No,
7.
RF7.
I stopped there. I was like, I'm done.
RF7
Bro.
had the perfect ending for the series.
Tokyo Drift was a perfect ending for the series,
It really was.
Mm-hmm.
because that last ending, I got nothing but time. Yeah, because he's running away from the cops this entire time.
Wait, what was the movie with the T.I. song where like I See You Again? That was a perfect ending
that
right
was
there.
Like 5.
That was the one when dude died, Paul. That was like after that when that movie
When
came out.
Paul
Paul
Walker
Walker
died.
died.
That was a
Yeah, that was
perfect
seven.
ending.
So,
Right
I feel like yeah, John is right. What was that one? I think that was Fast and Furious 5. Might have been the
Five or
fifth.
Fast 5,
six.
bro.
Yeah, I think it was Fat. Whatever the fuck. It was the fifth one.
It was like one of the newer, yeah.
Man,
New
that was-
enough.
Let's Google it.
I agree with John on that one. Or
I'm
It was
mad they
7.
used that song for the cool.
it was 7.
They used that
Yeah.
song.
that was
Whichever one it
7.
was, I agree with Rack on that one. It's just
That was
they should
Wait,
have
wait.
ended it there.
Yeah.
Just real quick, what do you guys think about last year's Godzilla movie?
I thought it was fire.
I don't watch action
I-
movies like that. I don't like the way how they're like predictable. It's not my
Okay.
type of movie.
I feel
Y'all-
like
y'all
movie-
got that.
I'm the same way.
I feel like movies
just-
like Godzilla, movies like Godzilla. Where was the robot movie? It was like, dang, what did you call it?
Gundam.
Pacific
I know
Rim?
you're talking. I know you're talking about.
Pacific Rim?
Movies like,
Pacific
Yeah.
Rim?
movies like that and like Pacific Rim. I feel like it's really not meant to really engage into actual good story. I
No,
feel like it's just a really.
It's an action.
Yeah,
It's an action
It's
movie.
to see the
Corn.
action. It's to see
Okay,
the action.
so
Yeah.
Godzilla
Yeah.
movies have actual deep lore in them, just that you gotta analyze it. You gotta ignore the humans and
Right.
analyze the creature and the information
Right.
they give you. Ignore
Yeah.
the humans completely. It's all about
Yeah.
the monsters.
Yeah.
Godzilla, the King of Monsters, it sets up so well for King Kong versus Godzilla, just
Honestly.
because of the monsters they're showing.
I completely agree.
And people like that's what I'm here for. Movie. I'm expecting Godzilla, I want to see monsters box, bro. That's what I want to see. You know,
That's
I don't care.
that's how I feel, bro.
Yeah, so I don't go there for no story. You know,
So
Mothra.
the thing about since the new Godzilla movies will be King Kong versus Godzilla, they're about to make a King Kong the size of Godzilla.
Mhm.
What they release is that they're redesigning Mecha Godzilla's design to fit the new Godzilla because he's gonna be the main bad guy in Godzilla versus King Kong because humanity's trying to kill them both.
Wait, in a new movie?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
they're going the Batman versus Superman route. I
Wait,
want to kill you. I want to kill you.
Wait.
No,
Have you
okay.
guys seen
Okay.
the Netflix movies, the animated Godzilla movies?
Batman versus
No,
Superman was
that
like,
was trash.
You thought those were
DC?
trash? Those are actually pretty good.
Batman vs Superman was
haven't
only a
seen
good
DC.
movie because you could laugh at. That's it. That's the
Honestly,
only thing about it.
yeah.
What's your name?
When me
It's
and
Martha.
When me and Cord Taco watched it, bro, it was so foul.
Honestly,
I don't like what they did in Justice League. They made Bruce Wayne like super dark in Batman vs Superman, and then made him comedic relief in Justice
do you know
League.
what-
How did y'all-
Like,
I
the
didn't even
character
bother watching
development.
it.
No,
because of
the
that.
thing about
with Justice League,
let me tell you
how did
guys.
you feel about? Oh, go ahead. Mills, my
Let me
bad.
tell you guys what's wrong with Justice League, right?
What?
So Zack Snyder films the movie. It's basically in post production or some shit, right? They're gonna start reshoots, right? His daughter commits suicide, so he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna step away from this movie," right?
Yeah,
Alright.
he sounds
So
like
the-
grieve and stuff.
So they bring in Joss Whedon, right? And here's the grimy shit that WB decides to do. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna have you redo this entire movie, right? Right? Because the biggest critique that DC's gotten at this point was that it was too dark. Joss Whedon, he made the first two Avengers movies, right? So he knows how to make a funny superhero movie. The thing that was messed up was Joss Whedon basically rewrote everything, right? To the point when, so like at the very end of the movie, there's a scene where Superman carries this house away, right? And someone asked Zack Snyder about that scene, right? Turns out that whole final third arc of the movie was completely different than what he has. And his ideas for the movies were actually really fucking good. He really wanted Cyborg and the Flash to be like not a comedic duo, but like really close friends because they're both scientific freaks. Batman wasn't gonna be super dark, but he was going to be dark enough, right? Wonder Woman was gonna be, and there's a bunch of shit. Like there was gonna be a bunch of Darkseid teases. You're gonna see Darkseid on screen.
Yeah, like Thanos.
Yeah, like the movie, like I don't think the Justice League movie was going to be that good, regardless, because they were rushing the shit out of it. But I think it's super fucking disrespectful that WB basically redid the entire movie and now refuses to release at least the script to the OG movie.
Well, to me, like their first issue is that they decided to hire the director from the first two Avenger movies, like you said. He knows how to make a comic relief movie. When DC's always kind of been a little bit more edgier, a bit more on the darker side.
I don't think it's edgy.
So, like,
I think it's more realistic.
Like Batman, Superman.
It's darker, though.
It's
And
why
Marvel
make a realistic
lighter.
Superman
it is
movie.
darker,
Like
but
superhero movie.
Shazam is probably a really realistic take on kids getting powers. Surprisingly, he had a more relatable reaction than the two Spider-Man MCU movies.
Because those are bad. I really
No,
like.
I like
to me,
the
it's a
MCU
shame.
Spider-Man movies.
It's a shame.
Which ones with the Maguire dude or like the
No,
new
with
Tom
what's his
Holland.
name? Tom
I don't
Holland.
want to go.
To me, it's a shame, right? That he was only good as a sidekick in Civil War. And like I'm just saying, I enjoyed him more in Civil War because they knew how to use him. Like Peter is naturally stronger than most of the cast, right? So for him to throw hands, even though he's inexperienced, it made sense. And then you go to Homecoming, where he just gets bodied by a thief with a jetpack, bro. It's like, I get it. They're trying to build tension, but no, like
the thing about I really liked Homecoming because it seemed to understand his character at least, where he was like, I don't care if you're a thief, you need to live, right? And he does that several times. He saves Prowler, he saves Vulture, but then you get to Far From Home and it does like a complete 180 on his character way.
It was just like I'm just so annoyed because they don't. I feel like the writers don't understand like Spider-Man's abilities, and they don't understand like Peter. Like I understand making a whole different kind of character for the movie. Like they don't have to be the exact same as the comics or whatever. I don't even care about that. It's more so make him an understandable character, make him actually interesting.
They're
But
good
Right.
movies,
Uncle Ben,
but not
Uncle
good
You know,
Spider-Man
I
movies.
understand. Because, like, to me, I can't stand the Tom Holland Spider-Man just because he's so reliant on Iron Man for all his needs.
And then they
for me,
killed
like-
Iron Man. They literally killed Iron Man. He still needs him.
Like, I can't stand
Honestly,
that.
yeah, that was stupid. That's kind of stupid though.
Like Iron Man, like legit. That really made me mad that Iron Man died. I'm like, okay, cool. We're starting to make him be his own person. And guess who his villain is? A guy who was hurt by Iron Man. Wow.
I guess they're trying to do the sins of the father kind of trope.
It really worked in Homecoming. Like that whole plot twist made
Yeah,
sense.
I actually liked it in Homecoming because the scale was super small. It was literally like, oh, the Avengers stuff is getting stolen. No one was going to die. Not really. You know what I mean? Like it was more so just the Avengers stuff was going to get stolen. Their galactic weapons, so it'll be steep. You know what I mean?
Simple.
But like it was some Spider-Man scale kind of stuff. So it still made it clean.
Putting the world at stake on Peter's shoulders.
Yeah.
I get the message of trying to, but it just didn't work.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
it was just so dumb. It's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to give you these glasses that can control Stark's greatest weapon. You know, 'cause I trust you, Mr. Man, who says he's from a different universe. You're a great hero. I understand he's a kid, but he's like, is he like 16 or something in the movie?
Yeah, he's like
17.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're not 12. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like seriously. Like he
Okay, yeah.
I will
like,
say
the whole gullible thing doesn't work as much for his character because he's literally a guy who just fought in a galactic war. It's like, come on now.
But what's crazy is Spider-Man is sort of gullible though.
It could have made.
It's just
it
bad kind of.
But not on the same level as the Tom Holland Spider-Man gullible kind of thing.
Yeah,
because he's a nice guy, but he's not stupid.
Like Spider-Man's gullibleness is more so I believe that you could be better.
Right.
The route
it's like the Goku solid thing where it's like, oh, if you say sorry, maybe I'll forgive you. But no, this dude literally said, you know, here, I trust you.
You know what would have been a great route?
But
if he was like they kind of hinted at it, but they executed it poorly. But like you know how he's grieving over Tony's loss and he was the mentor.
Yeah.
If he like kind of shoves that responsibility on Mysterio, like you kind of get what I'm saying. Like in his grief, he kind of ignores the signs because he really wants a mentor.
Oh, like Spider-Man 2, kind of, right?
Yeah.
When he starts losing his power, he's like, "I'm gonna give up," and then like all this crime starts happening, and then he's just eating pizza.
But since we're on the topic of bad movies, I think we should really talk about
Star Wars.
Probably no.
Which one?
No, we don't talk about bad franchises.
That's like there's bad movies,
trash,
and then there's the new Star Wars.
No, yeah, the new Star Wars movies are trash.
I feel like with the new trilogy, I feel like the first movie wasn't like that bad until you realize, like, damn, like why is Finn not the Jedi, bro?
They wasted Finn's character.
When did Lucas stop writing the movie?
But it got wasted.
They butchered.
God.
Oh God, I'm so mad.
When did Lucas stop like writing for the Star Wars movie?
A while ago.
The new ones. The new ones.
No, it was before the new ones. It was before the new ones too.
The Force Awakens was basically off of one of his rough drafts that I know, but like I think the movies that came after the Force Awakens, they're more so. But George Lucas, he's a great director, but he's not the best writer. You can look at the prequels and see that.
Most definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the OG Star Wars movies, like when he first showed it off at Comic-Con, like probably like the very first Comic-Con, no one thought it was gonna do well. He got really, really, really fucking cute with that series.
Wait, which came out first, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Star Trek did.
Star Trek is way more than Star Trek.
But like no, but like when I said bad movies, I think the horror movie genre didn't do as well as it should have.
It
I love horror movies.
Well, but it's like it's off its purpose now. It's like everything is like becoming more and more of the same.
Hold on.
No, like
Didn't that one storytelling movie come out this year though? You know what I'm
Which
talking
one?
First,
They had that
Hansel and Gretel.
No,
Hansel and Gretel?
They had they had like that book thing where
Stories you tell in the dark or some shit.
Yeah, that was
No, okay,
actually
no. Okay, for real,
really good for
please don't talk about those movies. Please don't. That I don't. Oh, that shit. No, seriously, because
No.
like bad shit happens to my family when we reference those kind of books. Because my family read the books, and bad shit happens all the time when we talk about that shit.
Okay.
And I don't want to. Mm-mm.
No, I
Are you
get you.
superstitious?
But,
That's what you're saying?
Yes, I am very superstitious. I am for real.
No, I respect
whole-
that, man.
the whole
I
horror
was just gonna
genre.
say it's a good movie for kids because it's not super scary. You know what I mean? Like it's scary
Yeah, I
enough
feel-
to
I feel.
introduce kids to horror movies.
Yeah.
Not so scary that it makes them not want to get involved with it at all. You know what I mean?
The whole horror genre fell off in like the last probably
so-
10
Nah,
years.
2018 has some bangers. 2018 has some bangers.
Well,
now, you know?
2019.
What dropped in
well,
2018?
We had
They
It
had-
Chapter 2, right? And
That shit
honestly,
was
it didn't really
garbage.
hit its
I
mark.
heard that was pretty
No,
It
bad.
didn't hit its
Chapter
mark
2
as it was supposed to.
It Chapter 2, horrible. I hated it.
but
It was
us-
good.
It period is a horrible movie. Like the whole.
But that's
story
one of
is
my
retarded.
problems. Like with the
it
scary
was-
movies, all they try to do is remake the old skate. Like that shit.
It won.
Oh, like you talking about with
DeMarco, you ever watch Hereditary? You watch?
I know. What
Oh,
you're talking
Hereditary?
about.
Man, I
Heredit-
fucking hate Hereditary.
I know the
like,
name. I know the name.
When I say I hate Hereditary, I love Hereditary because it's
Dog Barco, you ever watch Hereditary? That's probably one of the greatest horror movies of all time. No
I know the
exaggeration.
name.
Dog.
I know the name.
Chance when he cut off her head and he went home. He was like, "I'm just gonna ignore this." That
No,
happened.
like. Yeah, he knew it happened, but like he was
Yeah,
still
no.
in shock, you know.
But like my man's literally drove home and decided he was gonna ignore the situation.
He never looked. He never looked in the back seat. Like he
Looking
started
at,
to,
like,
then got
these
too
movies-
scared.
But no, It Chapter 2 was a huge disappointment to me because It Chapter 1, the greatest horror movie ever. But it
Debatable.
was
Debatable.
It Chapter 1 was a good.
It was all right to me. It was just okay.
Chapter 1 or
What,
Chapter
It?
2?
Yeah.
Chapter 2.
The whole movie itself, the whole story is garbage.
Chapter
Like,
Yeah.
Did you
Chapter
watch?
two is a good movie.
Y'all watched
I'm
it,
not gonna
right?
lie
Y'all
to you.
I
watched
like
it,
the
right?
I like the
I
concept of The
didn't-
Shining more.
I
than
didn't
the
watch the
original.
new ones. I never watched the new ones.
Chapter 2 was good.
Oh,
it wasn't-
I
it
remember
wasn't a
watching
good
it.
horror-
Doctor Sleep. Doctor Sleep came out last year.
Me and my friends were gonna watch Doctor Sleep, and then we literally were heading to the theater, and then we didn't. And I'm so upset because I watched The Shining.
what turn did y'all take that was just like
You know what? F this movie, bro. You know?
On a real note, though, I think like Us was like one of the best like horror movies of that.
No, my
year.
favorite-
No, I didn't like Us. It was
It's
kind of
like-
boring to me.
I
My
like
favorite
Us
one was
as
the
I like the concept and the
Right.
series and like the back.
I like
stuff
the
but
twist
as
at the end.
actual, At the action,
The
as
twist
an
at the
actual, like,
end.
package, it's debatable if it's a good or not. But for like
It was
the
more
whole,
like thriller
the
movies.
whole meanings in the background of it is really solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I
Right.
see
All the
what you mean.
references.
I
and stuff,
enjoyed-
yeah.
I
That
enjoyed
plot
the-
twist in the end was kind of bad, though. I'm not gonna like that.
But, like,
that
it was
final
so-
plot
No,
twist-
I like the twist at the end.
I
the
like the
twist.
twist a
The
lot.
twist-
Oh yeah,
The
yeah. That was
thing
pretty
is, there was
good.
so much controversy
It
and
caught
people
me off
really
guard.
not understanding what was happening in the
Joe-
horror movie because they weren't paying attention.
Not even just that. Like this movie was made for you. Like just think more about it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
your
That's
own-
why I liked it.
I'm
Like
just
it
saying.
wasn't really made for them to be like, oh look, here's what happened.
Mhm.
I'm just saying.
No,
Jordan
like
Peele-
like at
Anybody-
the end of what Get Out. Remember, like the lady had that bowl of Fruit Loops and a cup of milk. You know, that's like
Yeah.
to
just
symbolize like whites and colors don't mix. That's what it's supposed to.
I'm just
Hey,
saying.
so
Symbolize,
who
you
watched
know?
Brightburn for real?
I
I
I
did
watched
watch
Brightburn.
it, but I know the whole story.
Was it any good? It wasn't any good.
Apparently
I got
so
I like the idea.
it's in the middle because the idea itself is a bad Superman, and look at good idea, but the execution of it, it's hit or miss for most people.
I heard they're
because-
making a sequel to it though.
Yeah, like
Okay, so
they
it's
set
gonna
up a whole
expand
different
out.
Justice League thing, where
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
like a Wonder Woman version, Aquaman. They even made like a whole Batman like character as a grown man, which is funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
Some other stuff.
I need to go watch that. I need to go watch
The
that. I
only-
love
Okay,
horror
so-
movies.
The
Like
only
okay,
good horror movies
Yeah.
were the indie ones. Keeping it real. Because
I like a lot of A20, the studio A24. They
yeah,
made Midsummer,
A24
Mm.
A24
Lighthouse,
should have been
Hereditary. They made a lot. Like you ever seen a movie called It Comes at Night?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I seen it. That was
Oh
pretty good.
yeah.
It was in Detroit too. It was filmed in Detroit.
Yeah, like I don't like the way it ended, but the movie itself, I liked it.
A24 might be my favorite studio right now, cause like,
It is. I
cause
like it.
like they make really obscure, weird movies, but they're good movies.
Oh, did you guys hear about The Quiet Place too?
Yeah.
saw that.
I'm not
I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, me
Neither
neither.
am I. No, okay. So
Dang.
I saw The
Alright.
Quiet Place opening night. On at MSU with the friends I had over there, and I could not stand all the quietness. Like I understand the concept you're trying to get. You gotta be quiet. I'm taking the ambiance, but the little girl got me so annoyed how she acts, and the way the dad acts too. It got me so annoyed. Like I can't stand it. I hope they all die.
I get like
And
I mean,
Quiet
I
Place
get,
is
like,
the
I mean,
monster,
you're not gonna
right?
like every character.
it's not gonna be something that
Like,
it should
you're gonna have dislikable characters, but that doesn't shy away.
It's
It's
always
like,
hard
for the
to,
movie
like-
being good. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a good.
It's
movie,
always
so-
hard to incorporate children into horror movies, especially being the young ones.
Yeah, and like
Mm.
No,
you gotta make them scared.
Yeah.
Without them, like
You gotta scare the shit out of them,
you know what I mean?
children's
well,
important in any type of movies. It's just like it's super hard to do.
Yeah.
Okay,
'Cause,
no,
like-
okay, and so I love the ending because the father's last gift to his daughter saves the day, and in the end it's kind of ambiguous. There are all the creatures are coming to the house, and the
Oh,
mom's
sad.
with the shotgun and the daughter with the the ringy thing. They're ready, but making the sequel, it ruins that suspense. Like, oh, you don't know if they survived or not, and now it's like, oh, okay, it's just a continuation of the series to make more cash. Like,
I mean, honestly, the main thing I like about the movies was the actual alien creature. They hint that like that wasn't even the actual aliens. That was just their minions going in to clear the earth out. Because they don't need to eat, they don't sleep, they just kill you, bro. You know what I mean? So like they really hit.
That's like the Titans. That's like the Titans. That's like the Titans from Attack on Titan. They so hard.
Like they want to kill you more. So like,
right.
Sure, what's it called?
They only need light and water. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
they
like,
just chew people up and spit them out.
What's the new take are they doing for A Quiet Place 2? Like, what's the new take on it?
It's just that the kids are older, and
there's a baby that's annoying.
They gotta survive.
How much you want to
bet to incorporate babies in the
like
horror
you're gonna want to
movies,
punch
too.
that baby? I swear to God, I know it. I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a moment where it's super steep. Everyone has to be
and the baby's gonna start crying. The baby's gonna start crying.
It's over, bro. It's over, bro. And they don't have to run. And look, it's like they're gonna run and get away, or they're gonna run and somebody dies. It's either or.
Yeah.
Not everybody. Just one person will sacrifice.
But you know the baby gonna survive though, because they ain't good enough for baby.
No.
They ain't brave enough for that.
I'm gonna go the opposite.
They
way.
not.
I think the baby's gonna die.
No, they're not gonna kill the baby like that. No.
Put bread, Moose. Put bread on it, man.
Put bread. Dang, bro. Hey.
How much? 30K?
30K.
Yeah, 30K right now, man.
Do anybody remember Ma or Death Day 2?
I was just about to mention that. Did y'all
Which one?
I'm trying to remember.
Did y'all?
Oh, Ma, yeah.
Why did
trash?
Wasn't that the
Moss
one with the
trash.
Hold on.
No, wasn't that one
Why
with the
did-
No, Ma
daughters,
was
right?
about the black woman.
Oh, yeah,
the black woman,
Yeah. I got that confused with Mama. Remember that old one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one was really lame. But
Mama's okay. Ma's trash though.
What's Mama?
Mama was
Was
like
that the sequel?
This ghost
Was that the
taking care
sequel?
of, no. There are two different movies. Like in Mama, it's like the I'm trying to remember. So this dude, right?
The dude loses his two daughters. Yeah.
No, his two nieces are in the woods because his brother died or whatever, right? So he went to go find them. Turns out that they were being taken care of for years by this dead, by this spirit, right? So he takes them away.
I know you're talking
They end
about.
up going crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
And he get
I know what
haunted
you're
by
talking. I know what you're talking about. I think I saw that.
Yeah, there's like one that was kind of okay because she can got
Yeah, like the older one was kind of chill and getting more. Nah.
Yeah, I watched. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because the younger one stayed with the mama, while like the older one.
Yeah,
was,
the younger one. Yeah, she was out of pocket. She was out of pocket.
Yeah.
That shit.
Out
But
of
of all horror
pocket.
movies,
You
why did
out of
Happy Death Day get
pocket.
a sequel? Because why did
Bitches
Happy
is
Death Day of
devious.
all movies get sequels? Because
The horror movies?
yeah, out of all horror movies, Happy
I
Death
didn't
Day
watch
got a sequel.
Happy Death Day but I saw the trailer for it. I like the
I
concept
liked
of
it.
it. I love the concept of a movie,
But
or
they
a
made it
game or
a
anything.
they made it a
that features some
comedy.
time travel thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they made it too funny.
Death Day
It's
2, it's
You right.
it's not
Yeah,
a it's not a
that's
horror movie.
it,
It's a
it's
sci-fi
a
movie kind of.
Cause like,
The sci-fi.
'cause like
it's a comedy. Y'all, what? What
how
was that
fu-
movie called?
how fucked do you think that? How fucked do you think you'd be if you were reliving the same day, and you killed the killer?
No,
and
look, imagine
and
this.
then
Imagine this.
they
Though.
tell
Imagine
me-
this. Your homie was like, just kill yourself then. He was just like, what? Like,
Would that work? Would that work or no?
yeah, like she'll still come back technically, I think.
No,
No, wait. Doesn't the killer need to kill her?
yeah,
Yeah.
the killer needs to kill her.
Yeah, the killer has to kill her.
And
So how does she has to kill the killer to progress, right? Or she has to get killed?
It's like she kills the killer and she's just done. You know what I mean? Or she gets killed and it starts over.
Yeah,
But the
so
issue with
like-
number 2 that I like was it's not just her getting killed; it's her friends too. So she has
So
to
she has to save them.
Yeah.
So it's like different levels. Like how
Yeah.
how does she progress through the
No, it's like if her friends die, it doesn't matter to her. Like she doesn't get reset. It's more like she wants them to stay alive. So she has to figure out of like killing the killer without her or her friends getting killed.
So it's like a video
So
game. You're trying to get the best ending.
So if
Yeah,
she
exactly.
if she dies, she gets reincarnated, right?
No.
Respect.
Like
No,
it
so
resets
think
the day.
think Groundhog Day.
So she wakes up again.
Yeah.
Same exact.
Yeah.
So what happens if her
Yes,
friends
keep
die and she
reliving it.
dies? Does she wake up and her friends are like,
Yeah, they're alive.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
Everything's
nobody
happening.
remembers anything but her.
No, I think.
so
The
she
second
just have to
one,
find
there-
a way
there
to
was
kill
new
the killer
guy.
before the killer
Right,
kills her.
right.
That's right.
I think in the second one there was another guy who was looping, and she wasn't, but like she knew what was going on already.
I think the teacher was
Okay.
looping too.
But
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Corn,
then.
wouldn't
Now, I
you
saw the
agree?
trailer and it seemed like a comedy because they're like
It is a
all the
comedy.
comedic relief.
But
Mhm.
like Corn, wouldn't you agree that 2019 was the year for good horror video games?
No,
Honestly, yes, bro.
Wait, who
I
said no?
disagree with that. I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
disagree with
let's
that.
debate
Yes.
then. What's
all
up with
right,
it?
Hold on. Okay, hold on. All right, you know,
More
I'm
than
not
Resident
prepared
Evil
for
2 was
this.
bad?
Hold up, let me pull it out.
That was trash.
Cord got the list. Damn.
Was it only like 2 remakes?
Because
that was
horror games are something I really enjoy. So
Same.
Horror
And I
games
enjoy action
bother
video
me.
games.
Horror games bother me.
Damn, Julio, tell them how
Bro.
you feel then, man.
Nah, bro. Just because you a little
Oh,
bitch doesn't
That's,
mean
that's fine if it.
that it's a bad genre.
All right.
Okay,
So,
no, it's a good genre. It's just that 2019 it had like maybe a few select horror video games that were
Alright.
good, but overall was not totally good.
All right. So here, let me get. I'm gonna be honest with you. There was one, the Resident Evil 2 really carried the really carried
Okay.
2019. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's a remake
And then
though, so
you got-
you gotta expect it to be okay.
That's what I'm
at least.
saying.
I mean,
like,
but it's still-
besides
alright.
RE2, what else like came out? Like, I'm trying to remember like other.
Okay,
horror
so
games that came
we
out.
have the Blair Witch Project video game, Days
Alright.
Gone,
That shit was
Devotion?
garbage.
Days Gone wasn't a horror game.
Okay, so Blair Witch is the only one I actually count besides Devotion, I think too, right?
A
Days
Plague
Gone is
Tale.
just a generic horror game.
Wait, when did that one Hell game come out? Agony come out. When did Agony come out?
Actually, it was a
2018.
terrible game, John.
I know it was. I know it was a
Jonathan Christmas.
But when did it
2018.
come out? No, 2018.
2018.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2018. That game was like bad, and like because the concept is cool and all, right? But
Right.
there's no reason. It could have just
There's
really
only- They have one hue color palette, red and dark red.
Right.
because it's like the whole
Ooh.
game is just you're in hell. But what else is there?
Wait, what game y'all talking about?
Agony.
Agony.
Where you're literally in hell.
I'm like,
It's
Is
so
that a
bad.
horror game? Like, what is that?
So like
It's-
Doom.
it's a
So like
horror
Doom.
game, but it's like it's all bad.
It's a horror game. It's like you're in hell. You're trying to get out of hell by appeasing to like.
So
you know-
so like Doom, but like instead of breaking out of
No.
hell.
It
Not
wishes
even
it could be
like-
like Doom.
Yeah, honestly, it really does.
So,
It's a reason why that game sells so poorly because it's like there's no reason for you to play it. Like you can watch a Let's Play,
But-
perfectly fine. Yeah, it's just boring. You know what I mean? There's no
Yeah.
substance to it.
There's no
check the
progression.
chat.
There's
I
no really.
sent a picture of it.
There's
I sent a
there's
picture of it.
really
Check it out
nothing
real
to
quick.
the game though.
Oh,
Okay,
that
because
shit.
I
Honestly-
played the game. I 100% of the game, and it was actually horrible because it doesn't explain to you how to actually play the
Why,
game. It just
Julio?
makes you play.
Julio, why would you 100% a garbage ass a trash can, bro?
Have you
I
guys
play trash
That's
games
the
for
better.
fun.
have you guys
I
played
respect
Song of
that.
Horror yet?
You
Or
said what?
at least
What?
seen it? There's this game called Song of Horror. It's a really, really fucking fun ass game. So basically,
It's called Son of Horror.
song, like sing a song.
A
But
Song of
I
Horror.
don't sing. But continue.
so basically,
fuck that
what
singing
happens
shit, man.
is it starts off with like this alcoholic guy, I think, that goes to like this mansion to find like his sister. Like there's supernatural shit going on.
That
But
sounds like
the,
some
f-
Resident
the
Evil
fire part thing is, so you don't actually ever fight the horror creatures. You just have to make sure they don't kill you. And like the more you panic, the more likely they're gonna kill you. It's pretty generic.
So amnesia.
But like here's
It's
the
one of those
fire
games
part,
that you
right?
can't fight back in. I don't like that.
Resident
No,
Evil 1.
if they kill, no, you can fight back, but it depends on the character you choose. So
Oh, wow.
say they kill you, the demons.
Yeah.
The game's not over, right?
What's the
So it's
game
eternal.
called?
It's Eternal Dark then, basically, isn't it?
You play as a different character, right? But then
It's
you
Eternal
can run,
Dark.
you can run into sometimes you have to pick up any old gear, so like clues.
So
But
Zombie U.
Honestly.
Kinda.
A zombie you? I don't know.
No, he's
but,
saying that the
like,
game is like similar to Zombie U, where if you die.
But zombie you is more. It's
Wait,
more
on the
open world. It's
Wii?
more open world from what you're saying. Because
On
you
the
say it was a
Wii?
mansion, right?
yeah, so there are different levels, right? Like
Yeah.
so you go like I think the first level is in a mansion, then like in a gift shop. Because what happens is it's not the houses that are haunted; it's just that they have artifacts, and the artifacts keep on getting transferred to different places.
Mm-hmm.
So as a player, you're supposed to figure out what the fuck's going on. But like
Yeah.
what happens is
Um,
your character could die, right? But like
Mhm.
you could have like all your clues. So now you have to find your clue, like where you died, and then avoid one dying from what killed you, also from dying from your old body.
So
So
that
Oh, so
sounds
your
like
whole body like walks, but wait, is there a like how does the story work then? Is there like a certain amount of characters that you have then?
yeah, I think it's like 10 characters total.
Oh, each one
Okay,
has like, a different
so
reason for being there.
Yeah, like
most.
they're all
I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like a mixture of Eternal Darkness and Zombie U with the aspects of dying and pick up your body. Because Eternal Darkness, you play the different character each level, and they're
Yeah.
all kind of connected. And then Zombie U, it has the aspect of you die, you gotta pick up your dead body.
Mhm.
Well, Eternal Darkness has different characters and the sanity meter, and you're kind of helpless at the beginning, but then you pick up weapons and you can fight back. So
so like how it works. If I'm
kind of
not
sound like
mistaken,
that.
if I'm not mistaken, how the game works is basically you start off as like, so you have like a selection of like 10 characters. Your generic, like he's like kind of like the main character in a way,
Mhm.
because it's like he's the reason why this all starts. And then you have all these other side characters who are also investigating the thing. And at the beginning of each level, you can choose who you want to based on their stats. Like, oh, you can pick the police officer. He has a gun. He can shoot, right? But you can also pick the engineer person, like the mechanic, and he can access like the lights and shit, right?
Mhm.
So you gotta pick who you want, choose wisely. But if that character dies, you lose that character for the rest of the game. The goal is to make sure all your characters survive till like the final episode.
Dang,
But
sounds like
if they're
that.
dead, they're dead.
So it's like the story is basically I have no muffin, I must scream, the horror game. That's point and click adventure.
What?
Kind of.
So it's like
So
a hardcore Resident Evil game.
I think
It's
This is
very.
kind of. I could compare this to Man of Medan, like what you're talking about.
I think that's a good thing. But
It's
Omri,
like Resident Evil meets Roguelike meets I don't know, something else. But it's kind of like that in my opinion, where you have like 10 characters, or or it's like a permanent roguelike where like every save you have that 10, but it's all they die. If all of them die, they're gone. It's kind of like
Y'all ain't
that.
gave that
most
game
of
no
high
props.
key,
That shit
like
must
with
be ass.
2019 horror games, it could have done better. But honestly, like yeah, Red, which was nice. We had
Well,
Werewolf,
in a year,
which was
in
really
the year
good.
when we have the Final Fantasy Freddy VR game being one of the best horror games of the year, that kind of tells you how the horror genre fell off last year.
But let's be real here.
But
VR
it still
horror
did pretty
games,
good though. It
VR
still
horror
did-
games are very uncharted, and we don't have that many of them. So
Well, the best one is Resident Evil 7 VR as a horror.
I don't
game.
know because it was 7 VR. It's just a camera. You still use the controller.
No,
Yeah.
well,
I mean,
okay.
it's not fully capable of it.
it's
You know
not
what
a-
I'm
No,
saying?
It was still
it's because Resident Evil 7 was made as a normal game, and then they realized, hey, we could incorporate VR into this. You know,
Yeah,
it's
but they
just
literally
there.
only did they like the headset part. Like if it
Yeah.
was like VR with the actual like controller hands and stuff, it would be way better. But it's not. Like you first use the actual controller with it.
Is that the one I played at Corn?
So
Yeah,
does
that was
everybody
the one.
know? Everybody knows
Alright.
about Days Gone. We know how bad that was.
I didn't.
Well,
I,
that is a
okay,
But what
bad
was
game,
what
just
really made
unbelievably
it?
No, okay,
average.
no, okay,
What
cool.
made it
I
bad?
actually liked Days Gone, to be honest. I actually really liked
You
it.
liked it? You like? Okay, what did you like? What did you like?
Okay, so to me, the aspect of because normally I really hate open world games like Skyrim because just a lot of too much space make me do something. To
Mhm.
me, the entire time I played it, I was having a lot of fun because I drive my motorcycle doing fetch quests, and while I'm doing that, I'm eliminating hordes to clear out the area. So when I'm coming back to do more fetch quests, it's not as bad. And the story is pretty good too. It's not like the world's best story, but it's engaging to me. I liked it.
Yeah,
It's the small stuff that liked me.
But the turn off with the game was big bugs in that game too, and how tedious it
yeah.
was going back and
I
forth.
was gonna say just the main character because he's
And the main-
pretty generic. Like they really wanted this game to be the next Last of Us, and it wasn't going to be that. Like
Damn,
even
you're
Last
right.
of Us 2 isn't going to be the next Last of Us in my opinion because it's just going to be a whole different thing. You know what I mean?
You can't sometimes with video games it's really hard to beat the first game because look at Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry 2
Dishonored.
was trash.
Dishonored.
Yeah, because Devil May Cry 2 director
Dishonored.
didn't really care and ruined it.
I mean, Devil May Cry 2 has one of the best dodging systems I've ever seen, man.
wait.
Come on
Honestly,
now.
No, it is
DMC
not.
5 came out last year, right?
Huh?
DMC
Huh?
5 came out last year, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes, that game is beautiful.
Wait, what game?
DMC
Devil May
5.
Cry 5.
I give it a
Oh.
9 out of 10. It only get a 10 out of 10 if Virgil was.
Yeah, I like Devil May Cry.
Okay, so like as
There
a,
was
as a
much to be
hardcore
desired
fan,
though in that. It was
that's-
much to be desired.
It's 10 out of 10. I kid you not. That game is like perfect. The only thing that can make it better is well, no, they can't explain it. Never mind. So to me, it's basically perfect to me as a Devil May Cry game. It's probably titled Devil May Cry 3 as the best Devil May Cry game in the franchise.
But Jay, I think what
was
the
your game of
main-
the year?
Devil May Cry 5. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm saying, what did you guys say was?
Oh, my
Game of the
God.
year?
Oh
My game of the year?
Oh my
Are we talking
It better
individual?
not be that movie.
Honestly,
Okay, well.
but Death Stranding went kind of hard. I ain't trying.
Death Stranding- it's like
I'm
this,
not
right?
sure. It's hard
Fire.
to think.
Death Stranding is not my game of the year, but
Same.
it's up there for one of my favorite games of the year, but it's not the game of the year. Like when I think of game of the year, I think of like this game defines like how high quality this year has been. You know what I mean?
I think
I think what that
Death
means.
Stranding is a really, really good game, but I would not make a game of the year. I know at
Nah.
the Game Awards or whatever, they made Sekiro game of the year, but I wouldn't even give Sekiro game of the year. I would like
Sekiro was
wouldn't,
good.
2019.
Sekiro was
like-
good,
It's
but
good, but it's not game of the year good.
because it's like
a game of the
Sekiro.
year game would the hype should last at least a month after the game. Sekiro was good for like 3 weeks and then it kind of died down.
it had like kind of like okay kind of hype afterwards. You know what I mean? It
But
was
it
more
was
so like
still
if you like Sekiro, you will hear more about it. But if you don't care about it, you won't hear anything.
It was mainly like
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was more so just a coincidence, honestly. They made
I was gonna say
My-
like
my game of the
basically
year-
gonna see like if you like Dark Souls, you're gonna like Sekiro. That's gonna be basically a topic.
Not really. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people who like Dark Souls probably hated Sekiro because of the gameplay. I would say if you like Bloodborne, you'll like.
Yeah,
So I hate Dark Souls and Sekiro, but I actually really enjoy Bloodborne.
because Bloodborne is like
Yeah.
they
well,
literally made Bloodborne
Yeah.
because the way people are playing Dark Souls, they're playing it wrong.
Yeah,
They
basically.
didn't give you a
Like, people play,
shield.
like too defensively. Like
Yeah.
it was this one study I watched where this one dude right played Dark Souls 1 straight up sword and shield. He started playing it without it. His whole reactions between playing the game were like night and day. It went from being depressed and angry to being actually hyped to like
Yeah.
play the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's how actually I was, because when I first started playing Dark Souls, I started off with the most worst one, Dark Souls 2. The one with the worst combat, the
Man.
worst controls.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I absolutely hate Dark Souls. But when I
Yeah,
went to
feel
3, and I'm like, oh, this is easy. All I gotta do is just use my main weapon. Went to Bloodborne. Oh, all I gotta use is the gun. It's very fluid.
Yeah.
Like FromSoft games are very fluid, so you know what you're doing. And
And every move is intentional, and you know what you wanted to do before you did it.
right.
Yeah, true.
I would
Honestly,
Every move was calculated, basically.
for
I would
me,
say my game of the
would
year.
probably have to be DMC because I all like Devil May Cry.
What'd you say your
I'm-
game was?
DMC5.
I was gonna say Resident Evil 2 because I really love Resident Evil.
It's a remake.
I know, I understand that, but it's like it's still like the way
Okay,
they
no,
did
so-
Resident Evil 2 was so good.
Technically
I-
speaking, Resident Evil 2, the way they remade it is like a whole new game.
I know, but it's
exactly.
Well,
still a
it's still a
remake.
remake, though.
But it's still like a whole new game though. A new
It's like this. It's the
yeah,
same
it's
story, but different
way
game. Same
different.
story,
So many
game.
different elements. Like
The reason why I put a remake as a separate title is because story-wise, it's a copy and paste.
Right.
Because of that, like even though you can put more time into the graphics, make it to a whole different game, it still was made before. That's my whole thing. I'd rather
Yeah.
give it to a game that's been started from scratch rather than that. Like I'll put it in the top 10 games of the year, but not like the game of the year. You know what I mean? Because like,
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I completely
I
agree.
wouldn't put Resident Evil 2 at a
Honestly,
but
if
like I'm just saying it's really up there though.
because
Like a
for
really
me
good game.
personally, Outer Worlds,
Outer
Trash.
Worlds is my game of the year.
Whoa, hold on,
Raw
trash.
heat.
Julio-
It's like
Trash.
if you don't like, it's like Julio, you don't like Skyrim, so it's understandable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
We're not gonna get along.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, because like Outer Worlds to me,
Outer
it,
Worlds
like,
is my
it
game of the
reminded me of like me being a kid playing Skyrim and Fallout New Vegas again, and that was really cool to me because it's really hard for me to get into open world games right now.
Honestly,
You know what I mean? And I actually, and like the way it's set up is made for like smaller sessions. Like the map isn't too big, it's small, and there's a lot to do, so it's clean.
Oh, this.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So Lynn, like Lynn is one of them play fighting games for real in this chat.
No, he's not. The
What
pro
you think? So what you think about what you think about 2019 video fighting games? So we had like Samurai Showdown, right?
Power Rangers Battle of the Grid.
Mortal Kombat 11.
That game-
It's on. It's on.
Dead or
Power
Alive
Rangers-
6.
oh.
They're
We
like,
had
shit.
those games.
I'm just saying, if I had to put a fighting game as the best fighting game of the year, it would be Power Rangers Battle of the Grid. I don't even own the game. It's just that fun. Like me fighting Lynn on that game was my funnest thing I had fighting game related out of that year. Yeah. Yeah.
I see. As y'all did not mention MK.
Are y'all being
Oh,
sarcastic?
so how y'all feel about Mortal Kombat?
It's all right. It's all.
No.
Okay.
Mhm.
Trash.
So
Trash.
we mentioning story wise, or are we talking
Story wise.
gameplay?
No,
Gameplay.
both. Story wise and
MK11 is a really easy game to play.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Oh my god.
Right.
Okay, you can't compare Tekken to MKX because unlike MK, each character, each like professional player has a standard set and how to play the game. While in Tekken, each player has their own variant of each character.
He's
But
all
little
he's,
mo-
I
I
think
will
all
say
he's saying
that-
was he was just saying that the combos, like you're
Yeah.
amazed about the combos with Tekken 7, but with MK11 you're not really amazed. That's all he was saying. With that.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree with
remember
that.
going to
I
some
agree with
video
that
game,
point.
Yeah, it's like MK11 looks flashy, but when you look under the skin, it's like just basic. While taking
Right.
it looks flashy, when you look under under like the skin of the game,
Oh,
it
that
is
thing is
flashy. You gotta
complicated.
do it in compos. You know what I mean?
Like I got
You
into
Yeah, I
can't
gotcha.
become techie.
I
You
got
can't
into
pull that off.
And I'm
I
not
got
sure
into
if you
MK11
guys.
before Fighters. MK11
Mhm.
was I never had to play the story to pick up the controller. Right? I could just like mash a button and I could figure shit out. Fighters Fighters my hand hurts after playing Fighters. I,
It's a faster paced game. You know?
Yeah.
I I wouldn't I like transitioning from MK11 to Fighters. It's hard because like there's a lot like it's like to do an actual combo. It's a lot more. I want to say tactical in a way. It's not the most tactical thing in the world because I know it's like once you get the hang of it, it's easy. But just doing it on its own, like the very first few times I tried, it was like really rough. Like I had to actually quit the game because I hated it. But practice makes perfect. So
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah,
Yeah, because the simple command input.
I
Mm-hmm.
I know. Oh
oh
my
yeah.
freaking
And that's the problem that
gosh.
happened with DOA 6, where it was like it's way too simple. They made it way
Also,
too
guess what
simplistic.
happened with what's it called?
Hey, bro.
Okay, so yeah,
Marvel
like
vs.
was
Capcom Infinite. It happened during that because Capcom, their whole idea with their gameplay was make it simple and make it fun. And they did it up to 3. And then they made Infinite where it's too simple. It's not even fun anymore.
yeah, I
Do you
gotcha.
know how
At
bad
least for
Infinite
me. You
was?
know what I mean? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm,
That's why I like it.
Which
You know
three?
me,
Three or three ultimate?
3, both. Just 3, right? That's why I like it.
Infinite's Heat, not Heat.
Yeah,
I
but my
care.
competitive players would be upset.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he's
Yeah.
perfect.
True.
And Okami too.
I just and slower. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
Aerial
no.
combat, air
Don't get me
combos.
started.
Really? That's
Yeah. So
that's
Omar, right?
fine.
This
Yeah.
this is what happened. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, at integral.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know. Wait, who?
That was the homie Jay.
Jay.
Yo, continue though. Continue
Yeah,
though.
he'll be back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Hey, hey, Lynn. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Lynn, you
I
know,
mean,
Lynn,
I want to.
I don't know if you're gonna get the game, but I know I'm gonna get the new Guilty Gear. But yeah,
Subscribe to our
like Grand
Patreon.
Blue.
So you said that you pre-ordered Dive Kick 2, right? Yeah.
Subscribe to our Patreon so Lynn can buy Guilty Gear 2.
Honestly, yeah.
No. So he can buy Dive.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna
I feel
say
like
something.
yeah. What's up?
Well, Corn, you say yours because I feel like mine's is about to open up a discussion.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to say real quick, like with the new fighting game that's been going on, it's really shifting into like I think a really bad direction lately. Like honestly, like with like MK11 for example, and like Guilty Gear, when you pick up MK11, or if you ever do, like when you're playing it, you're like, okay, this is nice, it's slower pace, but when you go back to MKX, you just be like, damn, bro, like what happened? And when you just like the same thing with Guilty Gear, the new Guilty Gear that's coming out, when you play XR, you like, oh, it feels real good, and then when you play that, you just dang disappointment. Like
Okay.
that's how
Yeah,
it's gonna feel.
I feel you because in recent years, to be honest, the only fighting game that's good and still been good like all throughout its entire lifespan is Tekken. Because
What do you think his favorite game is? DMC and Tekken.
Okay. So hear me out. Okay. So when Street Fighter V came out, so many problems arose. You get right? Am I right, Lynn? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's Yeah, no. So the Tekken, okay, so unlike a whole bunch of other fighting games, Tekken's system of fighting is so simple yet so complex to master because each character has its own inputs that change depending on direction, stance, and which way you're kind of about to be moving. Because yeah, like a character Dragunov, what back then when he came out, one of the best characters in the game, and still right now he's still a pretty good character. But the way he's evolved, the way he moves, the way he hits his opponents, it's hard to fight against. While let's look at a character, say King. Back in the day, King wasn't very good. He was at least at most B tier, but now in Tekken 7, with all the upgrades they gave him, he's S tier, all because he can stun and stuff like that. So the way Tekken progress its characters, there's not many bad characters in the game besides probably like Eddie. Like Eddie's cheap, but everyone knows that. Like just think it was 2018, 2019. The winner of the Tekken World Grand Finals, main Panda, a joke character. Even Harada himself.
I remember that. I love.
Yeah.
I watched like his whole video about it for how he got so good. It's like the main reason he won is because no one fights Panda, and it's so like he's not only good at the character, it's just such a low tier character that no one pays any attention, bro.
The thing is, the guy who won with Panda, he
Yeah.
he also uses Geese, and Geese is he's a pretty technical, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
But in the finals, he was losing so bad. He decided, you know what, let me just use my actual main Panda, and the guy he didn't know how to counter Panda because Panda, in itself, she's very tricky with her sit downs and her roll ups.
Yeah.
And so she's hard. She's not hard to counter, but she's hard to counter if you don't know how to actually play against her. And you gotta use them low tier characters. So at high tier, you're used to seeing, these Jins, these Double Jins, these Dragunovs, these Claudios. You're not used to seeing Panda up in these top tier games.
Yeah, so you gotta prepare. You don't know what to expect.
Okay. So I'm gonna say something about fighting games. And
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think fighting games should be like easy enough where anyone can pick it up and play, but complex enough where they could get their ass whooped like crazy.
Tekken 7.
And I feel like in a way, Smash does that, but I don't think Smash should be a game that's played on a competitive level as it is.
Smash?
It's a party game.
Yeah, it's a
It's
party
a
game.
party. It's not a fighting game. It's a party game. Yeah.
No,
I
but
always
like,
view
party
Smash as a
game-
party game that you can turn into
Honestly,
a fighting game,
yes.
but I still wouldn't take it as seriously. You know what I mean?
like
Like,
my biggest pet peeve right now. My biggest pet peeve right now is a bunch of people playing Smash on like a competitive scale. It's a good game, but it's like I know people literally play this game every day for like 12 hours straight because they want to get good at it.
yeah.
I think Corn I think Corn I think Corn knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's just that feeling like, you know, I just be
It's not
seeing
it's
people
not
play
that
Smash.
deep, bro.
Yes, it don't
Like-
feel well to me. It doesn't feel that deep. But when it comes to other like, you know, other people like in the FGC community and everything, like, you know, Smash is a really big thing. It's been around since, you know, forever, you know what I'm saying? So it's just easy to pick up. It's easy to go into it, but it's hard to compete in it. And
Oh no,
Smash is hard.
I can't fuck with like competitive Smash players. All they do is
I
complain
understand that, yeah.
about shit. All they do is
All,
complain.
all competitive Smash players after Melee, all they do is air dodge, wave dash, can't use the deodorant.
Oh yeah, this gonna
Push
get us
up.
canceled for real, y'all. Y'all
team.
ready?
Oh wait, we recording. I can start
oh,
this.
we put it this
I
way.
remember when they told me I had to bring my
Smash
own
Bros, bro.
controller. That
Oh
was some
my
bullshit.
god, bro.
Oh
That's
yes.
some bullshit.
I remember that
I
shit.
hated that, man.
Back at the club, yeah,
Yes.
man.
For a system I don't own.
Yeah, I understand that. One pet peeve of mine when I'm playing like a game or when I'm playing something new or playing locally with somebody and I don't know the fighting game that well, I hate it when someone tells me like, yo, you're supposed to do this, bro. What are you doing? Why are you not doing this smash attack? What are you doing?
They're like
Yeah.
If you don't
Yeah,
up the
bro.
beat,
gaming while fighting you, bro. Is that my whole
Like-
thing is like
Let
I'm
me
like that with
play.
Sean, right? It's like when I'm playing with her, like she doesn't know how to play the game like that. So I'm just chilling. I'm teaching her how to play while bodying her. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna be like, oh, you should
At
have did
least
this,
be
you
honest.
should
At
have did
least be
that.
honest.
That's lame,
exactly,
bro. That's lame.
exactly. Let
I
them.
want you to be
Yeah.
like,
They
Mario
remember
Kart can get
Arms?
heated, man.
Remember Arms?
Oh my
that
god,
was cool.
the thing
Arms
about
trash.
the
No,
thing
never
about
played
Arms
Arms.
is actually kind of fun when I played it like one time.
insane.
I love how the creators actually like the best person that. Yeah, like he actually threw hands. I mean
Yeah.
arms.
Oh my god,
Bro,
bro.
you want to talk about throwing hands? Harada at each Evo within the past 3 years has entered Evo and has fought in Evo on his own game. Okay,
I love her.
that's
Cool. Imagine if he stopped making the game and just spent time actually practicing it.
yes.
I
Okay,
think
so
yeah.
yes, he is. He helped make Smash actually.
Yeah. He did help him make Smash with Bandai because they did a collaboration.
No. No, the thing about Harada is he does not take anyone's shit. He will respond to you and he will tell you, "Don't tell me anymore."
Yeah, his Twitter is like hilarious, bro.
bro, that's racist, dog.
That
you
is.
can't be. You can't
is
be.
Because they'll run up to him like he's Sakura or something and get and request stuff, and he's like, "Bro,
Nah,
no."
you know what's the worst?
Bro,
You
I
know
guess
who's
I'm
the worst?
I guess I'm
And
coming
Boone
for
has
the
the
Smash
worst.
community right now, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. See, you know, like type video game like Tekken and fighters that where they have to have a policy where you have to have deodorant. Like, it's
Honestly.
Oh,
They should
This
have
is
had the
actual
policy at
policy.
VGC, bro.
The problem
Yeah.
with me is that
They
it's not even
did.
just with Smash. It's just with like anything that's like geek or like geek related. Like, bro, just watch up.
Comic-Con.
Like,
Comic-Con.
literally, like it makes no sense. It's not even like it's
For
games,
real.
anime, comics, like all like the unholy trinity. They
No.
all stink. Like, come
Yeah,
on,
them niggas,
it makes
they,
no sense.
that's how you know.
Since
When you know when
talking about
Xbox
selling
release some
people,
body wash, that's how you know you niggas stink, man.
Like it annoys me
Honestly.
because it's like we
Since we're
get it.
talking-
That's your hobby, but
Wait,
like at least be a normal person.
since we're talking about smelly people, there's this lady who comes to my job, right?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Every fucking time, before she enters, you get a whiff, right? And halfway across the
Oh
store,
shit.
it smells like spoiled milk, right?
Mhm.
And she walks around the store every week, smelling like spoiled milk, and that stench stays even after she leaves. It's gotten to the point where I go to the back, and my manager will see me, and they'll know why I'm just chilling on the back
Moose,
on my
Moose,
phone.
Moose, Moose. I feel like that's something you should tell her. You know?
Damn.
No, how do you bring that up in
Why don't you
conversation?
just like the thing is though is like no
How
matter
do
what you do when you confront her with it, you're gonna be the bad person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
that's
fuck
how it
all
is.
that,
But
man.
as long as you
Bitches
respectful,
smell like
like, tap
ass,
on the
bro. I can't.
just tap him on the
Corey,
shoulder.
there
Like,
is no respectful way of doing
You're
that because no
right.
matter what, they're gonna feel offended. They're not
Yeah,
us.
right.
You know what
But
I mean?
listen,
You don't
like-
know
Nah,
sex, my
you
dude.
walk
But
out that.
you-
That's offensive to other people. You walk out the house smell like spoiled milk, bro. That's
Like,
offensive to
No,
everybody else.
like I'm not trying to be mean or anything.
like
But you smell
at
really
that
bad
point,
right now.
if you smelling that bad and you walking towards me,
Smell yourself.
disrespectful.
You smell
You
yourself.
disrespect. Honestly,
Like,
I-
how you walk out the house smelling like that, bro?
Honest.
No, like, how
Most
do I
of the
bring
dudes
that
at
up?
second hour gym, honestly.
Excuse me.
Oh my
excuse me-
God.
Excuse
Oh,
me,
high
miss.
Bro, what's
The
crazy?
niggas, the niggas got they come to second hour smelling all right,
I had
bro. I
third
hate
hour.
that
Yeah,
shit.
bro.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
like no. Come to school smelling like that, bro.
Oh,
What you do this morning, bro?
You already smelled
Them
bad.
niggas
You
ain't
got
showered. That's
pee-pee.
they just woke up and walked out the door, bro. That's what they did.
They probably like somebody we know that only showers once a week.
Hey,
Sometimes, you know?
They didn't brush their teeth in
I
like a
said,
while.
I
think-
said when I'm sick. You guys took that out of context.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
god.
Nah,
Right.
nigga.
You shower
Nah,
every other
you
day
the
and
only
forget.
nigga.
Yeah, for
You the
sure.
only nigga I know who takes showers once.
You know what? I don't even like you guys anymore. Why did I
I
even
mean,
start a
you brought this
podcast
on
with
yourself,
you?
Moose.
Honestly.
You did it
You
to
told
yourself,
us that.
bro.
You told us that unprovoked. And like,
Yeah, honestly.
And you know how niggas are in that group chat, bro. You know they some screenshot ass niggas, man. You
Okay,
Honestly.
all I'm gonna say
Especially Taco.
if we reach 100,000 views eventually, I'm gonna leak them screenshots of him
Oh
saying he
my
only showers once a
God.
week.
Julio, we already know we got you too, bro. Jay, we already
Bro,
got you too.
Julio,
Bro.
we will end your entire career. Don't
I ain't got no career. What you talking about?
Jay,
There's
We're
that
bro.
one-
halfway. And we're gonna end it.
Jay, if you release his screenshots, we have to release yours, bro. You already know.
I bet.
Are you
that
ready
chick
for
that was
that? Are you
underage,
ready?
she was
Alright, bro.
battered.
Alright,
That
bro.
shit
Is
got
this how we end it? We're gonna just
All
cancel
right,
each
bro.
other, bro.
All right, I'm putting this in the link chat, bro.
I'm just
You
saying,
know,
bro.
like,
I ain't no snitch. Unlike y'all. So like
y'all got that, bro.
Hey, but
can't
who's the
call
one who
nobody.
called the cops
Hey,
on
no,
me?
bro. I got Seagull screenshots. I got Chance screenshots. I got Taco screenshots.
What screenshots you got of me? You know, I don't
Hold
give a
up,
fuck, bro.
hold
You
I
up.
know
like
I
how
don't
he's
care.
naming dudes that are even in the pod.
He got banned
Hey.
on Twitter 30,000 times, bro. You think he cares?
Honestly, you've been 30K has been banned on many like platforms. I can't even account it no more.
He got banned on Kick
Wasn't
no
it the
less than
same
15
quote?
times.
Bro.
Wasn't it the same quote too?
Yes,
Yes.
bro.
Stone that.
oh,
Oh,
If you
my
hate
God.
being black, you get banned for using the N word. It's my word. Can't even use it.
I'm gonna put up a
That's because
profile
Twitter doesn't know
pic.
you're black.
I'm gonna put up a
I know,
profile
that's the
pic of a
thing.
white man.
Man, we
I'm
Yeah,
not
bro,
like
I don't
Yeah.
I don't
White
think
man.
they just see the word nigga and say hate
Make
hate
your
speech,
profile
bro.
picture white DeMarco.
I'm gonna have the most generic name too, like Jim Cody, like
Oh,
some super
God.
white shit, bro. It's gonna be time.
Oh, this turned into the PS4 party, bro. You already.
Okay.
That's what it's supposed to be,
let's,
man.
Nah.
What was our topic? What was our topic?
Nah,
Dang,
nah,
I
fuck
feel like
the
I
talking
topic.
already talking
shit.
about
Damn.
fighting games. We went to talk about other stuff too.
I guess.
Okay,
we
so
went into
we're talking
pop-
about Smash. Okay, so
No,
it's
we're
it's
talking about
it's
people.
Smash of Smash people, right?
I view Smash as a party game that can be used to fight your friends, and that's it.
But you
I
won't play
only,
me
I only play Smash to get good enough to beat my friends. You know.
But you won't.
Well, it's like
Honestly,
this.
that
It's like
works.
this.
Okay,
Mario
but where-
Party is a better
Yeah.
game.
That
Mario
works.
Okay,
Party's
but
a
where's
better
the
game
Mario
too, but you
Kart
play it with your
Championship
family,
then?
though.
Okay.
Where's the
Smash
Mario Kart
Ultimate
Championships?
Is a competitive game. Brawl is a party game. Yeah. Melee is a
Melee.
party game that turned into a competitive.
How do you play upbeat? How do you do upbeat with
But
the Wiimote?
wait,
though?
don't Brawl got Project M?
There's moves. There's a B button on the remote.
Yeah.
But how do you
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 hit
hold
the
it
B button
sideways.
and you do the B button. You hit the B button and you move up. That's all you gotta do.
There's a
Yeah,
B
to-
button?
It's not that complicated, man.
There's a Bebo.
Damn, bro. Stop that.
That's what I'm saying. Like I used to use the remote and nunchuck. Like
I use the nunchuck only on Super Mario Bros.
you're weird.
So you just hold it sideways and like that.
I think that's just on you, bro. That's
Honestly.
on you, bro.
You know what? This is
It's like
supposed to be
you
the cancel cast where we get canceled together. You guys can't be canceling me all the fucking time. I'm tired of this.
Well, then do
Yeah, talk to the
I'm not
niggas,
good at
man.
fighting games.
Talk
though.
that talk, man.
Okay, Mo, step up.
Most.
Step up.
Most.
Talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit.
You can tell me to get canceled after you beat me in Tekken, okay?
Bro, I'll beat
Bro.
your ass in Tekken. Don't
No,
play.
okay.
I want to
I
see
know.
that. I want to
Talk
see
your
I'm
that.
shit.
on a
Talk
roll
your
right now. Okay,
shit. Talk your
I beat
shit.
Tato Ditto's Horang, okay? I'm on a roll right now, okay?
But
Okay,
wait,
okay.
Taco don't even
Okay,
practice for
No, okay. Lynn knows when I say I've been practicing that zero to death combo Leroy, all right? Lynn knows what I'm talking about right there.
You can ask anyone at Wayne State. You can ask
No,
anyone at Wayne
Leroy,
State.
Leroy
I
hit-
am the
he,
best
he got
player there.
he missed that patch, okay? He's still full percent, okay?
He's getting
Miss.
that.
All right.
He's getting that pass, bro.
Can we just
Honestly,
say-
yeah.
Honestly, you
Harada,
really
what do you
can't.
think?
All right,
can't do
everyone's
that.
pause for a second.
Harada.
All right, everyone
Huh?
pause for a second. Can we just say that ever since we brought up fighting games, my boy Rack has been really fucking silent.
Because
He's
he
been
plays
silent this
Zero
whole
Wait,
time.
hold
I
on.
guess I guess he bad at fighter games, you know?
What you
Okay.
mean? I've been talking this whole time.
True.
It's all related to titties.
Hey,
And good physics.
Isn't DOA like the
physics.
volleyball game? Isn't that the
Yeah.
one?
No, that's
It's
DOA
the-
volleyball.
It's
That's
a game.
volleyball
version.
One game
that's
was
Ninja, bro. Chance, that's Ninja Gaiden, bro.
no,
got-
Ninja
no,
Gaiden.
No, it's
Ninja
not.
Gaiden?
Oh, no, don't talk about
No.
one of my
Ain't
favorite
nothing
We're
gay
not about to
about that.
disrespect
Full of
Ninja
tits.
Gaiden here.
Bro.
Say the name wrong too, boy.
That's the same company.
Oh,
though.
that tone, Jay. I don't think
That's the
that
same
was
company, bro.
appropriate, sir.
Damn,
No,
Jay.
'cause- no, I'm thinking back to when we were playing today in the afternoon. I was playing with Rack Rainbow Six Siege, and he was on the ground prone for the entire game, and I'm just like, bro, what are you doing?
That
No,
nigga
'cause-
trash.
I don't think he played the game often.
I don't.
What?
You saw
You
my
know what?
level. I'm 3.
Wait, John, what you say?
I said you saw my level. I'm level 3.
I only played Titanfall 5 times. Let me go camp right.
Rack the rack.
Oh, are you referring to
call you
Dwarko?
Rack the Rack, bro. I'm gonna call you Rack the Rack, bro.
Rack the rack.
Rack the Rack.
Alright.
Rack the Rack.
I fought Julio at Tekken, and I beat him in our
Omari-
first 2 fights.
Omar,
he came back
Stop.
in like the next 3,
What do I
dog.
want?
That's traumatizing.
No,
Is it
kid,
you
DeMarco beat me one time because I was like messing around using like random characters, and then like I can't let him getting cocky, so I switch over to my main and I
Uh,
perfect him.
Who's your
Like,
main?
like
a
five.
dub
Who's your
is
main?
a dub, bro. That's like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julio, who's your main?
Nah, bro.
That's like me
Wow.
going against Sonic Fox and winning, and he say
I was
a dub is a dub.
Okay. No, okay, here it is. Okay, so freaking DeMarco was doing top tier double gen plays for some strange reason, and I'm using freaking what's her name, Lucky Chloe, and I don't
For
use
some
Lucky
reason.
Chloe. Nah, bruh. It ain't. Nah,
I forgot me and Lynn fought. When me and Lynn fought, it wasn't even fair. See, that's the problem. Like, niggas always inviting me to games I don't play as soon as I get it.
Remember when
And then want to talk,
Catch
and
me with
then
JoJo
talk like
tomorrow,
I'm good.
remember when I told you I don't play fighters?
Like, Chance first hour on Titanfall was, it's
Hey,
his first
y'all.
hour. He
Dwar-
good. My first
Dwar-
hour was like
Dwarko.
straight just shit
Hey y'all,
talking.
before
Like,
y'all
I'm
continue,
trash.
before y'all continue,
Like,
before
I
check
hate
it
that.
out. Check the chat.
when we ending this.
Because like we over that hour mark.
Yeah, we over the.
Okay, so real quick before we end it, I actually want to know which each of you guys' game of the year was for 2019. Because I know only two of you
Okay.
guys said it. Not
Yeah,
all of
Chance
them.
didn't say his or.
I didn't play a lot of games.
I'm
Probably
cool, bro. You know what I'm saying.
2K19.
2K 2021.
Alright, for sure.
Which one though?
19.
Neither one of them bitches garbage, bro. On my soul. On my child's father, them bitches garbage,
For
bro.
me, for me, game of
Oh
the
my
year was
child's
the Outer
father.
Worlds.
Damn.
My child's father. Wait. That's not how that works. That's not.
On your wife's boyfriend. I think it's
On
trash.
my
you know?
wife, boy. Okay. Hold on. Bro.
On my son's baby mama.
Oh my son.
Okay, it's like this, right? DeMarco's favorite game of the year of 2019 was Kingdom Hearts 3. That's all I gotta say.
Mine's probably Luigi's Mansion to keep it a bean, to be honest,
No,
bro. Those are
Same.
probably
Same. No, yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, not
yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. I'm
Hey,
sorry, bro.
Mine was Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion 3 is a good game, right?
right?
My game of the year.
I've been trying to mention this all day. Game of the year, Outer Worlds. Low key game of the year, Luigi Mansion 3.
Yeah, Luigi's
Trash.
Mansion 3 is probably my game of the year.
Dang, I don't think Luigi.
Wait,
Mansion's
you don't even
trash.
own a
I
Switch.
was-
How'd you play?
I know
So, like,
people.
He thought that's someone's
You don't
Switch
even
from their
own the
house.
game.
He got you there. What's up?
opinion invalid. I'm sorry, bro.
Dang, your
I
sounds
want to know
fire.
how he
Okay,
played
so-
when he asked.
So Corns was the Homie Cray 5.
Mhm.
Omri's what was yours, Omri?
Outer Worlds.
Out of Wars. Okay, Moose was the same. What was yours, Rax?
Star Wars.
Which one?
The
Get this
Fallen
nigga out
Order.
of here, bro. In the podcast, bro.
Wait, oh, Star Wars? Wait.
Fallen
Oh,
Order.
Fallen Order?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
that's
either
not bad,
that or
though.
Outer Worlds.
The Star Wars was good. Star Wars Fallen. That was good, bro.
That was a good game.
Fallen Order.
Too
Yeah.
glitchy. Too glitchy. It was
Oh,
way too
glitchy?
fucking. Yeah, that
What do you
game.
expect? It's like
It's a,
okay,
it was a
it
glitchy
works.
mess.
It works. That's all that matters.
I refuse to co-sign anything EA makes, so I'm gonna stay out of this.
EA didn't make it. Respawn made it. Respawn made
Respawn made it.
Titanfall.
Oh,
Wait, didn't you
That's
play
all
Titanfall with us?
Huh?
Yeah, if you think about it, Chance, you did play Titanfall with us.
Yeah,
I
Fucking
did.
liar.
That's an EA published game.
You're already
I mean,
100
I said,
and you're
I
already
said it's
lying.
Everybody.
I know what you said.
Chance. Aren't you the person who plays NBA?
yeah, true.
I mean, it ain't EA though. It ain't EA. Though.
But it's 2K though.
Hold on.
Name another suitable basketball game. You know, like y'all not about to put me on spot.
Oh,
That's
2K's
not what
oh,
we're doing.
Live, but they haven't made a new one in a while.
Live. That's from EA, and that shit garbage too. That shit worse, bro.
Hey man,
So,
I
like-
don't play neither one of them, bro.
I'm just saying, from my personal experiences, live, that's probably the worst game. Like Live 13 is probably the worst video game of all time. No exaggeration.
Live
Oh, no,
Ugh,
no.
ugh, that was disgusting.
For Atari,
It's worse. It's the worst video game of all. It looks like PS2 graphics on PS4. That's like, I don't know what the fuck EA was doing when they made that, but like, yeah.
you know who?
If you
Okay,
play,
so-
you'll be like, if you play it for like an hour, after the hour is done, you'll be clinically depressed. That's how bad the game.
You know what series fell? Like what studio fell off? What? No,
Bethesda.
change it. No,
Bethesda.
change
But that's the like.
Like the
Bethesda
always,
always been on their bullshit, man. I'm just
Oh,
realizing they've been
They've
releasing, they've been milking.
it's like this, right? They've always been bad, but you never noticed it because their bad was still kind of fun. But now their bad isn't even fun anymore. It's just terrible.
Because they're
Look at
milking
freaking
the fuck
Fallout
out of Skyrim, bro.
76.
They released some shit on their Creation Club that cost more than the actual DLCs of the game, bro.
the
They
best.
literally released a
$20.
survival mode DLC but like, why is it a DLC?
That was the best thing that they released, honestly. Because
yeah,
the
I
best-
wanted to get it, but I'm not putting money into.
The best
the
way
story
to
I don't
describe
they
Bethesda-
didn't even give them voice actors, bro. It's just you just gotta read that shit. That shit's
The best way to
disgusting, bro.
describe Bethesda, at least in my opinion, is that one friend that you met in high school that was really chill, but he was kind of shitty in a way. But you were cool because he was chill with you.
Yeah,
But as you guys got older, he never changed. He's still that like immature kid that he was back then. That's
You said
basically
So
me.
me.
Yeah,
So me.
y'all said that's me.
nah,
but however, his kid is cool.
yeah, his kid's cool.
So y'all
His kid
said
is-
y'all
his
said
kid
that's
is your
me.
best friend, honestly.
Y'all said that's me.
Software or what?
Huh?
Is that Ed Software? Is that Bethesda's kid right now?
No,
I
I was saying
I like them as a producer because they do produce a shit ton of good games. Because they
Doom.
own Doom, they own the Dishonored series.
which is
they
my
all-
favorite series of all time.
They
Well, one of my
own-
favorite
Really?
series. One of my favorite
Oh.
series, honestly.
I didn't like the first one anyway.
I played Dishonored 1 so many times, and I still found new things each playthrough.
Oh man,
Like
You know
me and Moose had a whole conversation about that junk, bro. Where like
Like,
it's crazy how much they packed into that game. and you
Like,
still find new stuff.
Skyrim is like that, but like
Yeah,
it's old as
but
shit
like,
now.
it's more meaningful than Skyrim though. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
because like
Dang,
Skyrim,
my eyes hurt.
Skyrim, it's
Bro.
like
Oh my
super
god.
huge.
Stop,
Hey, I guess
stop
what time? It's
listening.
10 o'clock, y'all. It's
No,
wrap this
no,
shit up,
bro.
bro.
Okay,
No,
hold on. Okay,
bro.
so we did we all say?
Y'all
Hold on,
said
so
1, 2 a.m.
DeMarco, what was your game of the year?
Nigga, who said 2 a.m.?
Yeah, the Mark, what's your game of the year?
Get
I didn't
this
play a
man
lot
at
of
the party.
games. So
I don't
can't
care.
even-
What's your game of the year? You played
Fuck that
some
nigga,
new
man.
games, bro.
Damn, I
We
don't
know it's
about
Kingdom
to
Hearts, so
buy
let
it.
this nigga say it, man. It's
Weren't
Kingdom
you
Hearts,
play-
man.
Weren't you playing the hentai simulator for like a good 3 days?
Honestly, it really was, though. I was peeping that, but I didn't want to say.
Wait, what?
It's
Wait,
like
I didn't even hear what he said. What?
all right.
And-
So, anyways,
Stand these niggas.
No, okay.
It's more or less an expansion.
Iceborne has so much content that's basically an extra game. Of
Right. Yeah, it's
continuation.
basically the whole
But
expansion.
they re-released the game, basically, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so we gonna go down a list of people. Say we gonna name off our game of the year then into the podcast, y'all.
I
So,
just find it foul that we're doing the best of 2019 a month after 2019. Now that I think about it,
Hey, we're trying to.
we are trying to get canceled, bro. So like, we gotta start somewhere.
Oh, so hold on. I gotta say my
Exactly.
game of the year.
Oh,
I mean, it's kind of expected, but like to be honest, I'm gonna say Crash Nitro Kart.
I thought you was about to say.
I like how
Tekken
you
7.
said expected.
But I'm like,
I'm really upset that you said it might seem expected.
It really was.
Expected?
Crash
I
had a
was
game
like,
this year?
But what's it called? Crash Nitro Kart is actually pretty cool because they put so much content in there, and they have so many like.
Wasn't it a remake? Wasn't it a remake though? I'm trying to.
Listen.
No,
It's technically a remake, but at the same time, it's a sequel because like they add. Yeah. But the thing that's cool to me is they have so many obscure characters from the Crash series that like they have characters from the Game Boy games in that game that you can
they just added the secret villain from Crash Bandicoot: The Small Adventure.
Yeah.
And like, oh my god, that I was so surprised.
Save it for the next
Okay.
podcast, y'all, and name off your game of the year.
I'm just saying, keeping it real. If it wasn't for Uncharted 4, Crash Bandicoot would not be back.
You're not wrong.
Save
You're
it
not
for the
wrong.
next podcast, y'all. And
All right,
name your game of the year.
who's next for the game thing?
All right.
Yeah, it's all.
So
Yeah,
before
alright.
before we end
Oh, I
this
can't-
episode,
All right, we got to go down the list again. We're gonna go down the list again.
no,
Before,
before
chance.
All right, 30K, you first.
Luigi's Mansion.
All right, Corn, come on.
DMC5.
All right, Jay.
Crash Nitro Kart or Nitro
Alright.
Fueled.
All right, Lynn. All right, Moose.
Outer Worlds.
Minus Outer Worlds 2. All right, Rat.
Trash.
Star Wars Fallen Order.
And finally, the guest. Come on.
Mhm.
KH3.
Can you repeat yourself, Dog Barker?
Oh, shit, man.
All
Hey,
right,
edit that
Moose.
last
All
line of
right,
dialogue.
all right,
Hey, yo,
Moose.
one
Let's
last
wrap it
thing.
up.
One last
Yeah.
thing. One
I
last
think
thing.
he means Cutie Pop 2.
No.
One
All
last
Moose,
thing.
Wrap it
Wrap
up.
this
Moose.
up.
Before
I can't wait until we had a music talk.
Okay, why did no one say Olivia Colonel Sanders is their favorite game of the year 2019? I'm disappointed in y'all,
Wait,
for real.
Yo, wrap it up, bro. Wrap it
Jay,
up.
All
Jay,
right, wrap it up, Moose.
So-
Wrap it up, Moose.
before we log off for the night, I'd like to say we should all donate water to Flint because
Bro,
it
Bro,
really needs our
bro,
water.
bro.
Don't. It's like this. Don't get 30K started. I'm just saying. Before we wrap up this episode, we should make sure that we all donate water.
Why you keep? Yeah, you're right.
All right. I'm your boy Moose. Welcome to the Cancel Cast. Hope you enjoy the rest of your fucking night.